Robert Vaughan, personal. McDonald, Mr. Vaughan. Good timing. As you were not here, the rules are you have 5 minutes, and that we are addressing the 1992 budget.
That's right, yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you this afternoon. I come before you today as a parent, a taxpayer, and a past candidate for trustee in the last municipal election. My concern with the present budget deals primarily with the cost to taxpayers of the use of the whole language program as a method of teaching literacy skills. The whole language philosophy presently used by the Board of Education for the City of London is a dreadful failure and is largely to blame for our growing illiteracy and dropout problem.
Mr. Vaughan, we want to deal with the budget issues as it relates to 1992.
I understand that, Mr. Chairman, and if you would let me continue, please, I will get to the budget.
If you want to continue about whole language, you are invited to a meeting that the program committee will have where you'll be able to espouse your philosophy.
Well,
okay?
Thank you very much. But
Thank
this
you.
is not my philosophy. And if you let me continue, I'll get on with the budget. The whole language philosophy presently used by the Board of Education for the City of London is a dreadful failure and is largely to blame for our growing illiteracy and dropout problem in London's public schools. In fact, in every school where it is used, there has not been one piece of objective scientific evidence to support the whole language philosophy as a means of teaching reading, writing, or spelling. In fact, just the opposite has been found. There have been tens, if not hundreds, of studies which have shown that whole language is harmful to students. These same studies have also revealed that the use of phonics is the best and only method for teaching anyone to read, write, and spell. There are a number of hidden costs associated with the whole language program, which are part of the reason that the price of putting a child through public education is up to 3 times as much as putting a child through a private education. What follows are a few of the most costly side effects of whole language. Number 1, the various teachers' unions have recognized the inadequacy of whole language and have blamed them on large pupil-teacher ratios and large class sizes. To help remedy these inadequacies, the unions have successfully lobbied for reduced PTRs and class sizes, leading to the hiring of additional teachers, and yet Johnny still can't read. True, teachers' unions, and notice that I'm distinguishing between teachers' unions and teachers. These are two complete and separate entities. Teachers' unions have successfully lobbied for an increased number of so-called professional development days so that they may be brought up to date on new techniques to improve a program which needs to be scrapped. 3, whole language and the so-called child-centered approach to education has stretched out the 6-month and in some cases 6-week process of learning to read, write, and spell into a never-ending process of failures and make-work projects for teachers. This is costing us as taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars over the past years in salaries. 4, due to whole language, there has been an increase in what have been thought of as children needing special help, when in fact these are normal children who have become bored with the whole process of learning how not to read. These children have led school boards such as ours to hire special educational assistants to help the regular teachers. These are some of the hidden costs of whole language, which cannot have a price. There are some hidden costs of whole language which cannot have a price tag put on them. The harming of the mental and even physical health of the children who have become victims of the approach, the teachers who have been harassed by the system, who are afraid to speak out against what they know to be an inferior program, the parents who are continually blamed for the illiteracy of their children and the poor performance of their school, or the taxpayers in the city as a whole who must work with high school graduates, 17% of whom are functionally illiterate and 40% of whom have some difficulty of one form or another with literacy. Aside from debating whether a school bus should be cut here or a portable classroom should be moved now or later, efforts should be made to concentrate on issues more fundamental to the costs of education. The plain fact is that phonics works. It's the simplest, most cost-effective reading and writing program ever developed, and while its implementation may mean the layoff of redundant teachers, and while a few hotels may feel the pinch of not hosting yet another professional development conference, taxpayers will not have to continually fork over millions of dollars into a bad program. Parents will no longer be blamed for the inadequacies of a bad program, and most importantly, our children will be taught to read, write, and spell. something which up to now has been foreign to them. There are some good trustees here today willing to make a stand and start the process of educational reform when it comes to implementing a strictly phonics reading program. But they've been intimidated, just as I've been trying to be intimidated today, and privately ridiculed for their efforts. They've been falsely led to believe that the ministry has the power, not them, that the administrators know better than they do, or that the teachers' union is too big to take on. I'm here to tell these trustees that they not only have my support, but the support of thousands of parents and teachers in this city. Trustees do have the power to implement change in this area, and they deserve every bit of encouragement. But we can't wait any longer.
Remaining.
Johnny's not getting any younger, and he still can't read, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.